Hello, everyone. This is Archive 12, and today we have a new song for Style Theory, the fourth channel that was created under the Game Theorist like banner, I suppose. The Science of Style by the Stupendium. I am very much excited for this because Stupendium, they crafted the perfect farewell video for MatPat. What was it, last year or the year before? I think it was last year. For MatPat saying goodbye to his hosting job on the various theory channels. Now I haven't seen anything from Style Theory. I just kind of have fallen out of the loop of the theorist stuff. I've seen a few things over on Film Theory a couple of times in the last year, but I just haven't watched nearly as regularly as I had previously. And I don't know anything about Style Theory. So I don't know about this channel or its host or anything like that now. But if this is anything like the Game Theory song, I get the feeling it's going to be really fun because there's something about the way that Stupendium managed to craft that song that it was the perfect goodbye to YouTube's best friend is the best way I could think I can describe it. And I am interested to see whether or not something like that is going to, obviously Style Theory is not going away, but like I'm interested to see whether or not Stupendium is going to be able to capture that same kind of energy with this song. But like I said, I don't know anything about Style Theory, but I do know if there is one person that could potentially craft a Style Theory song, it would be Stupendium. They've got an entire warehouse of costumes from over the years. I expect to see some of these costumes pop up alongside a whole bunch of new ones, possibly even crafted by Style Theory itself as a way to promote this song. But I am looking forward to seeing what they've got in store for us today. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch it without my commentary, because we'll be pausing and we'll be talking about it. And also down below is a link to our Patreon, where you'll find longer form reaction videos to various anime and TV shows, including Dr. Stone episode 3, which should be releasing at some point today. If you're watching this the day that this releases, Dr. Stone episode 3 will release over there. It takes a couple of hours to upload a video to Patreon, so I'll post a link once it's uploaded, and you guys can go check that out. Also, Solo Leveling episode 3 and Surreal Estate episode 1 will be arriving over there within the next week or so. So keep an eye out for those links as well. But without further ado, let's get to this video. I'm assuming that the people that are around Stupes are either his friends or individuals that work on Style Theory, or maybe just the theorist channels in general. Like I said, I haven't kept up on the theory channel, so I don't know who's running what, but I'm assuming that this is either cast and crew of the theorist channels, maybe even GT Live, alongside potentially some of Stupes' friends.
If the world's feeling bland, if your outlook is grey, and you can't quite understand why things are feeling that way, you know that help is at hand, so don't go being afraid. Just lose your best underpants and now unreadably frayed. Perhaps you're needing a shame, but can't agree on the shame. You're getting freaked at the range. You see Gen Z going grey, or are your seasonal shades leaving you green in the face? Got things to keep at your waist, but find your jeans don't have space. There's a science to style, so go on and find your highest delight. Use and open your mind. When tracking the patterns of fabrics in action, it's natural for fashion to hang out a line.
Okay, so I know that the chorus probably isn't done based on the way that they ended that with that inflection, but I have to say two things. One of them is a little bit of, I don't know if you want to call it a critique or a nitpick, and one of them is something that I have noticed that I'm already loving. So the critique and nitpick is that the way that the song is mixed or mastered, I'm not sure which, like there's a little distortion on the instrumental. I expect that was intentional, but that distortion, it just like it's this point on the bass specifically where it's like wow. It almost feels like it's trying to override Stupendium's voice. I was noticing it especially right around here. I'm gonna rewind it one tick further, and I'll see if I can point it out.
There's a science to style.
Hear that?
So go on and find your highest delight. You can open your mind.
Like I said, that synthetic distortion I'm sure was intentional, but I don't know whether or not it was intentional to be as prominent as that, because it feels like it's attempting to interfere with the vocal performance. Whether or not that was the intended like the intended purpose for it, I'm not sure. I figure it was mainly just there to distort the instrumental, as especially the bass, but it does feel like it's attempting to override the vocals as well. It's not that big of a deal, but it is something that I noticed that started distracting me a little bit while I was listening to it, which is another reason why I wanted to rewind, because it took so much of my attention away from it. I wasn't listening to the lyrics. The thing that I wanted to point out that I really enjoy, however, is that this vibe-wise reminds me of a combination of the Game Theory song and the Team Fortress 2 song, that both of which Stupendium has done. Team Fortress 2 is another one that I really enjoy. That one sort of fits the theme of this a little bit, because it's literally about like playing a game that you've got ridiculous amounts of headwear for, which, you know, would fit the vibe of Style Theory very, very well. So maybe not necessarily intentionally, but it is reminding me of the Team Fortress 2 song that Stupes did like 3 years ago. And the vibe also does remind me a little bit of the Game Theory song. I don't know, again, if that was intentional or if I'm reading into that a little too much or what, but it makes me happy that I'm thinking that way, because it makes it feel like this is definitely part of a lineup. And I'm kind of curious now I'm thinking about this, if we're going to get a film theory and food theory song in the works alongside this one and game theory, because I feel like at this point, if that hasn't been considered, it should be, because I want to have the full collection, the Infinity Stones of Stupendium songs about the theory channels. Maybe even GT Live, because I think that would be fun as well. But I can see some references to Matt, Pat, and Steph's like kindergarten playthroughs and whatnot, and Doki Doki Literature Club in a film theory song. But I'm getting off track. Yeah, I like the fact that it feels like it's not directly related to either one of those songs, but I'm reminded of them.
When tracking the patterns of fabrics in action, it's natural for fashion to hang out a line. The world is your runway, we all walk it someday, where the grace in the front page, you're taking a lunch break. When faced with the Monday, why lay down the upstage? You've knowledge in your pocket, so give that closet an upgrade.
I like I definitely noticed the little pun, the bar about like being online as opposed to being onlines with clothes. Like I like that rather. That was a very clever little line. I didn't want to interrupt the song though, because I was vibing to it too much and I wanted to finish the chorus. The ending part of the chorus, the second part, I felt was very strong. Also this like polka dot sequined like Sherlock Holmes outfit is, I kind of want it. I wouldn't mind wearing that for like Halloween just to be obnoxious. It looks really cool. I'm a little jealous, just a little bit, that I don't have a costume like that. That looks really cool.
Baby, your life feel tired, dreary. Well, if you're blue, then you could use a little style theory.
Stupes is rocking that dress. Just saying that right now. That is a fantastic look. That looks like something out of Doctor Who. I could see Stupendium making a guest appearance on Doctor Who dressed like that. That looks really cool. The way that Stupes is singing, they've got this like playful but almost but at the same time almost serious sort of vibe to them. I don't know, like it gives me the air of like I recently watched a TV show. I think it was Geek. It's about like this hopeless geek that ends up becoming like a fashionista, a successful runway model. And there's a lot of sassiness in that show, and that's kind of a vibe that I'm getting from this song. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from this, is that like it's a playful and ridiculous sassiness, which I feel like is kind of what you expect for. I also watched Cruella recently, which has a similar sort of like feeling and to it. So like between Geek and Cruella, like this song kind of fits that same sort of thing because of the genre that it's about. And I like that a lot, because both of those were actually really, really good either shows or movies. And they capture the same sort of energy in, like I said, the serious but sassy elements of the fashion industry. And I feel like Stupes is doing a fantastic job of capturing that here in this song.
Science to style and art to design. That sweater is vile, but far from a crime. You tested the sunscreen, so don't be uncomfy. So let everyone see how bright you can shine. The world is your runway. We all walk it someday. Where the grace in the front page, or making some cupcakes. When they
Whoa, what was that?
someday, where the grace in the front page, or making some cupcakes.
Oh, okay.
With the mundane, while lay down the upstage of knowledge in your pocket, so give that closet an upgrade. Make sure they're filed yearly, but there's no price that you can place on knowing style. Mouth the cameras, styled and fabulous. Clear the hangers and rate the shelves. It's not scandalous to be glamorous. Life's a canvas, so paint yourselves. And be sure to cause a stir right from your hat down to your shoes. Close demure or haute couture, it only matters that it's you. We thought we
I'm chuckling a little bit because I'm reminded of some of the outrageous costumes that I've seen Seth Rollins in WWE wear, and the way that Seth is portrayed as a bit of a fashionista himself in WWE. It reminds me a lot of, like, again, the feeling that I'm getting from this song reminds me of the way that that Seth Rollins presents himself in wrestling. So I was just laughing, like it would be hilarious if somehow Seth just popped up in this music video, because it'd be so fitting for his character. It'd be so fitting for the way he dresses. Obviously, there's almost a 0% chance that would ever have happened. But that's the first thing that came to my mind when we got to this section here. Was I'm just imagining Seth coming out in one of his most outlandish costumes, and just being front and center and presenting himself like he would in front of a WWE crowd for this music video, because I feel like it would have been fitting.
ought to let you know what counts is not what's head to toe. In Paris, Main Street, Savile Row, it's ear to ear that matters most. They'll pack up your Crocs. Who cares what's on your toes? They'll put you in a box. Lest you let yourself show. Put on your buckles and bows. Step on the runway and pose. Because there's no blue Monday in your Sunday clothes. There's a science to style if you want to dine. On skirts takes the worst way is Gaga's behind. Aerosol wearables might be quite terrible, but not as terrible as shopping online. The world is your runway, we all walk it someday. Where the grace in the front page, or taking the subway. When faced with the mundane, why lay down the upstage? There's knowledge in your pocket, so give the closet an upgrade. Now we're at
I like that message at the end. That was fun. These three right here are the perfect example of what I'm talking about with the serious yet sassy elements of the fashion industry. I'm not sure, but I feel like this guy, at first I thought this was Schwabity, but I don't know if that is or not. I wasn't able to, if that was Schwabity, I completely did not recognize him.
Thank you for watching, darlings, and to my incredibly stylish patrons, as well as to Amy and the rest of the fabulous team at Theorist for making this collaboration possible. When I wrote my previous song for Team Theorist, it was before Style Theory had come to be, and I was honoured to be asked to write a song for this year's Creators in Fashion event to amend for its prior exclusion. So I just threw on some casual looks and filmed this little video, just your basic wardrobe staples, subtle, nothing too fancy. If you enjoyed, be sure to check out my marvellous playlist, darlings. It's chock full of the most couture tunes. Everybody's listening, darling. And of course, liking, commenting, and subscribing never go out of style. Ring that bell. Oh my, yes. In the meanwhile, darlings, I mustache. No, not mustache. Oh, that was so 2023. I mean, I have to go. Adios.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about with how fun and playful things are with the way that Stupendium presents themselves. Is that songs like this are like the perfect place for Stupendium to shine. This is the perfect playground, the perfect lyrical playground for Stupendium. And I'm really happy that the Theorist channels reached out to him. So reach out to them, excuse me, to craft a song for their brand new channel. And again, I am hoping that this is just number 2 of 4 or 5 for the channels, because I would love to see more, genuinely. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Mark Alpha 12, and I will see you in the next video.